You're calling from an 886 area code. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Chris from Taiwan.
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
So that Milo Alex Jones video was dope. I actually just got done having a beer with a friend who once waited on Alex Jones in Austin.
How was Alex as a customer?
He said he was actually really nice and left a fat tip.
I buy it. That makes total sense.
Anyway, that's not why I called.
Okay.
I'd like to bring the conversation back to Israel Palestine, if I may. I want to ask you about something. Is Jamie there tonight as well?
Jamie's not here. No.
Okay, well, I'll just ask you and anyone else who wants to chime in.
Okay.
There's something about the framing of the Israel-Palestine debate that really bugs me, and it seems like a lot of times these conversations come back to this gotcha question, which is, do you or don't you support Israel's right to exist? Right? Mm-hmm. You hear that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to say I don't. I don't support Israel's right to exist, and it's nothing personal against Israel. I don't support any state's right to exist. I don't think that states should have rights. I think rights are for people. I don't think that governments have rights. I think governments have responsibilities. And I think that that's a way that we maybe ought to, frame this more often.
Yeah, I think that there's something. I mean, I think it depends on who you're talking to and what the context is. But I actually think there's a lot to what you're saying, and I think you're absolutely right. The governments don't have rights; they have responsibilities. And I think, also this concept of, even in conversations that I have more sympathy towards, like people talk about international law or rights of governments and these things. Like, I mean, Israel-Palestine is a great example of that doesn't mean anything. It's power. It's capacity to exist. Israel can exist because it has power. It has nothing to do, and the Palestinians don't because they don't. And that is, so my question is, look, if somebody sincerely means, and some people do because for obvious historical reasons and, ongoing reality of anti-Semitism. What some people mean in good faith is they mean, do you want people who are Jewish in Israel, Palestine, to have security, to be safe, to be able to participate in democracy, to not be harmed, and to practice their religion? So my answer to all of those things are, of course, a categorical, unequivocal, 100% yes. Just as my answer to Palestinians. Right. So I think, I think there's something to it. I think with some people, obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a conceptual leap, but I think you're right to identify that this is like a serious, actual thing. And this whole, what about Hamas and do you support Israel? Those are thought-stopping cliches that people either sometimes are pointing to things that are genuine concerns, or they're just being utterly cynical about.
I just think if you ask me, do you support the Israelis' right to exist, then I would say yes, absolutely.
Right.
Just as I support the Palestinians' right to exist.
Right.
Do I support the right of the Israeli state as it exists today to continue to exist as it does?
Right.
Well, no, I don't. And again, that's nothing personal. I would say the same about any state that exists anywhere in the world. So that's all I wanted to say.
No, I think I actually really like even just the specific verbiage of Israelis versus Israel in terms of right. Because I think that's exactly the reframe that needs to happen. Yeah.
That's word. Left is best, yo.
Left is best. Thank you.